Good morning, Year 1, and welcome to our fourth day of work on multiplication. So to start with, we're going to be recapping on some of the work we did last year on shape and space, looking at halves and quarters, and then we're going to be moving on to looking at doubles. So here's the starter, and when you're ready, we'll go through that. So what we're looking at is either do just the halves, or this little bit which is about halves and quarters, or do the whole of this. You can choose which one. I'm going to go through both very quickly in a moment. So when you're ready, print this off if necessary, or draw it out. And if you're drawing it out, just colour where you need to, or draw the correct ones that are correct. Or you can just point and talk it through. That's okay. So when you're ready, we'll go through the answers. Okay, so welcome back. So we're being asked to shape. So that would be half. You could colour either side. That would be half. That would be half. And the same applies on the other side. Now you need to decide whether these are halves, wholes, or quarters. And this time there are. That's a whole. That's a quarter. And that's also a whole. So there are no halves. That's identical here, but here we've been asked to shade in quarters. So that's 1 out of 4 sections. Do you remember? So that would be a quarter. You could do any of them. And the last bit is equal. Whether or not, sorry about that, so whether or not these are equally split either into halves this side, so we would tick the ones that are halves, so that is a half, that's a half, but all the rest are unequal. Can you see? Even this one's slightly off. And over here, halves or quarters, so that's been split equally into a quarter, that's been split equally into a half, but none of the others are equal because they have different size bits. Okay, so that's the end of the starter. Right, now today we are looking at doubling. So very quickly, can you explain to your grown-up what you think doubling might mean? And then we're going to come back to that once we've done some examples. Okay, so here we go. So doubling means how many more of something. When you double, how many more apples do you need to double them? Well, it's increasing, and to double them, you would need the same amount again. So, got 3 apples, we've doubled them by adding the same amount again. So this time, how many more apples would we need to double them? Tell your grown up. Let's see if you're right. You'd need 1 that's doubled that one, another one which doubles that one, another one that doubled that one. So how many more have we added? We've added 4 more. And what have we done? Well, we've done 4 plus 4. So doubling is adding a number to itself. So let's just have a look at the starter of what you're doing today. And then I'll show you the whole lesson. Okay, so double 4, what you've been asked to do is draw counters to show double. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So double 4 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or 4 plus 4, which is also 8. And this time, exactly the same. Draw to double. And double 6 is, if you count them, 12, and 6 plus 6 is 12. And that is essentially what we want you to do today. I want you to have a go at solving these problems. Okay, this is the simpler option. This is the more challenging option, and you need counters, cubes, or anything that you can make to make them, these bottom ones, okay? Whereas here, you'd be drawing them all. So it's up to you. Good luck with that. That is the end of today's lesson.